The winning streak broken on Boxing Day, and now Valley Boys say they're coming back swinging. Tonight on Our News Weekend, as Junkanoo's biggest rivals face off again, we head to the Shack ahead of New Year's Day on Bay. Plus, we're still feeling the holiday spirit as Christmas joy filled the air in Nassau Village. One foundation turned the community park into a place of smiles, laughter, and holiday love. And later, more flights, more visitors. Tourism officials say the Bahamas ending the year on a high. They're already looking ahead. Find out how they hope to keep that momentum going into the new year straight ahead. Our News Weekend starts right now. This is Our News Weekend. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Candino Knowles, in for Megan Shepard. After falling short on Boxing Day and watching one family break Saxon Superstars' winning streak, the Valley Boys Junkanoo group says they're using that loss as motivation as they prepare for a high-stakes rematch on New Year's Day. With one family looking to secure back-to-back titles this season, the Valley Boys say they're not backing down and are turning the results of the 2025 Boxing Day parade into ammunition for what they call a war on Bay Street. Danielle Miller visited the group's shack where the chairman and members say the focus is now simple: reclaim the title.
Look familiar? This was one of the pieces that the Valley Boys Junkanoo group used in the 2025 Boxing Day parade. Coming in at second place, the group now says they're looking forward to the showdown on New Year's Day.
We was going for the winning circle, but we fall short. But nevertheless, I think it was an excellent representation of the Valley Boys and what we used to be and where we going to.
I met Chairman Trevor Davis Sunday morning outside the group's tucked away shack, still barricaded by the large banners from the 2025 Boxing Day parade. Davis told me that after coming up short, the drive to claim the title has only intensified.
From second, you could only go up to first, so we really hope to accomplish that this New Year's.
The group's theme for the 2026 New Year's Day Junkanoo Parade, Bahamian or Nothing. Davis says the concept is a tribute to everything Bahamian, but when it comes to the details, he's keeping most of that under wraps. Still, he offered this tease.
So look for the best of the best.
For group member Vasanti Oliver, the drive to win is personal. Born with a physical impairment, Oliver says her wheelchair won't hold her back. And she says she plans to bring everything to the war on Bay Street.
When y'all see New Year's come and the music start pumping, foot going up in the air, come back down. We're coming out the chair, doing my little 360. Y'all don't miss it.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
All right, thanks for that, Denny. Well, Christmas may have passed, but for many communities, the spirit still very much in the air. In Nassau Village, that holiday feeling captured on camera as the Calvin Brown Foundation turned the community park into a place of smiles, games, and Christmas cheer just in time for the holidays. Joshua Williams attended its 5th annual holiday bash for children and families as the foundation reminded the community the season of giving doesn't end on Christmas Day.
Residents around the country have been feeling the Christmas spirit all week, and in the Nassau Village community, it was no different. The Calvin Brown Foundation taking time out to give back, holding a holiday bash at the community park. There were children playing, enjoying the games, and of course, treats. It's the 5th year the foundation has thrown a holiday bash, but President Calvin Brown says this one is especially special.
I'm from Nassau Village, so a son of the soil, so really and truly, my roots are here, and just to give back to the kids who basically don't have that holiday love. We're here just to spread some of that holiday cheer. Me and my phenomenal team, along with some of the amazing sponsors out here from TCTs, UCAP, Nick Bond Foundation, and the list goes on and on.
And there were a lot of goodies to go with all of the fun.
So the kids, we have over 684 presents out here. It took my team at least like 3 to 4 days to wrap them because it is a lot.
Now there are hundreds of community members that have flocked to this park. Brown says it not only speaks to the needs of members in this community, but around the island as well.
You have parents and kids coming from all over, not just Nassau Village. I had persons inboxing me at the last minute. Do they need voters card or this and that? This isn't a political event. This is a foundation that's founded on spiritual values to give back to the community.
Brown also serves as youth parliamentarian for the area, adding it's important for young leaders too to give back.
Imperative that we continue to build stronger communities, and with the initiatives like this, it would take basically these communities to the next level. So if me and my team could just have a small impact such as this, it's going to continue in the near future.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
And we are counting down to 2026. So are you still deciding how to ring in the new year? Well, one Paradise Island resort says it's offering a festive, family-friendly celebration to close out the year in style. From live entertainment to fine dining, Comfort Suites Paradise Island inviting locals to celebrate New Year's Eve poolside. The resort hosting a New Year's event on December 31st beginning at 5:30 p.m. featuring indoor and outdoor dining, live band entertainment, and midnight balloon drop. Director of Sales, Yasmin Mills-Strawn, says the event is designed to be fun for the entire family.
On our pool deck, we are offering indoor and outdoor service, live band, entertainment. We're going to end the night with an amazing balloon drop. The most succulent cuisine will be available. We're going to start you off with your lobster ravioli, segue into a roasted tomato bisque or a beaten feta salad. And of course, our means include some of the favorites that you'll love, spiny lobster, rack lamb. We've got everything that you can think of.
And organizers say the celebration also places a strong focus on food with a specially curated menu aimed at both hotel guests and the local market, starting as low as $47.
Persons should come and experience Crusoe's Restaurant and Comfort Suites Paradise Island for New Year's because we are the people for the people. Our restaurant is managed by our brilliant Bahamian chef who has taken the time and the effort to, uniquely craft this menu, not only for our resident guests, but also for our local population that may be interested in coming over and dining. And because we just would love to have you. It's better in paradise.
All right, that lobster ravioli sounds really good. So if you haven't made plans for New Year's Eve just yet, then Comfort Suites, Paradise Island, they've got you December 31st, 5:30 p.m. All right, when our news weekend comes back from the break, more flights, more visitors. Tourism officials say the Bahamas ending the year on a high. The U.S. is still number one, but it's no longer the only story. Why tourism officials say new markets helping keep us booked and busy. And speaking of travel, Christmas may be over, but the airport is still packed. Why the holiday travel rush isn't done yet, and what you can do to make it through with less stress. It's all coming up when Our News Weekend returns.
Family, how you look so down? Set up all cold and flu, could flip that frown. All the coughing and that running nose cannot last. You must come back to work and class. Set them all can deal with that fast, yeah. Try set them all cold and flu, daytime and nighttime too. Try Setamol, cold and flu, and get back to the better you. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Distributed by Lowe's Wholesale Drug Agencies Limited.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them blue for me and you. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world.
2025 is quickly coming to a close, and let's be honest, it was a year that kept all of us talking. Over the last 12 months, the country shaken by the death of a sitting MP, a heated by-election, and massive downtown protests that put government and unions at loggerheads. We saw wildfires tear through family island communities and a late-night fire at Victoria Court that left dozens of families without a home. There was certainly no shortage of drama, but 2025 also delivered moments that lifted our spirits, inspired hope, and brought long-awaited investment to islands like Grand Bahama. where several major projects finally said to be off the ground. And now it's time to look back. Join us tonight at 8 p.m. for Our News Year in Review, hosted by Jasmine Brown, right here on RTV channel 212 and streaming on Our News social media platforms. It's a year we won't soon forget, told by the people who lived it. And a $5 million public-private partnership set to transform Pinewood constituency with the signing of an agreement for a new community center and upgraded sporting facilities. The project, executed between government and Premier Importers Limited, is being delivered under a design, build, finance, and transfer model. Construction set to take place at Pigeon Plum Park and is expected to be completed within 12 months. The total investment exceeding $5 million. Once complete, the facility will be able to accommodate more than 300 people, serving as a hub for meetings, youth programs, emergency sheltering, and other development initiatives. For the Ministry of National Security, the signing marks the start of a wider initiative to build centers across Carmichael, Central and South Eleuthera, Pine Ridge and Grand Bahama, and Golden Isles. Officials say the goal, restore a sense of community through safe, intergenerational spaces. On hand for the signing, Pinewood MP Miles Dorota and Premier Importers Chief Executive Officer Christopher Lidia.
This is going to be all-inclusive, where we cater to everyone in the community, from the very small to senior citizens. And if you look at the renderings on the wall or on the computer there, you would see that this have facilities that's going to be allocated for the police. And also, we are still in the process of working with a few government agencies, if only to be an express point.
We're excited about this opportunity to work with government on this project and see if this isn't the first of many. I heard the minister say that more is needed. So there you go. So again, thank you for this partnership, and we look forward to a successful conclusion as soon as practically possible.
All right, and that was Premier Importers CEO Christopher Yida. Well, tourism officials say the Bahamas closing out the year with strong momentum driven by expanded airlift and a strategic push to diversify where visitors are coming from. They say these efforts are aimed at sustaining growth into the new year, ensuring economic benefits of tourism continue to reach Bahamians across the country. Director General Latia Duncombe says while the United States continues to lead as the primary source market, other regions are playing a growing role in driving arrivals.
The U.S. market is dominating in a lot of those numbers, but the Canadian market is also strong. North of 40 flights weekly is coming in through our various partners, and we've had a number of inaugurals, especially with Porter coming in as well, Air Canada introducing new routes. So yes, absolutely. So U.S., Canada, we're seeing the U.K. as well, Latin America, so we're very encouraged by that, and the teams continue to work. We have Bahamas tourist offices abroad, and that gives us the ability to continue to engage, to make sure that we remain up front and center, engaging real time, representing the destination on a day-to-day basis.
And Duncombe says that growth is being driven or strengthened by new routes, strong international partnerships, and a focus on attracting high-value stopover visitors as the country looks beyond the holiday season.
What I will say to you is we're going to be on the road again very soon. We're looking at Atlanta and those areas and the Carolinas as well. And we now have representation in the Middle East, and I will leave it there for now. But remember, we work for our 400,000 Bahamians. It's certainly a pleasure to do so, and it's about delivering stopover business to the destination.
And Christmas may be over, but the holiday travel rush is still in full swing. Officials say the last 2 weeks of December, the busiest for the country's #1 gateway, Lynden Pindling International Airport, while the busiest days of the travel peak may be behind us. If you're traveling over the next week or so, there are measures you can take to combat the stress. Nassau Airport Development Company Vice President of Operations Jonathan Hanna says patience is key.
We are asking persons to pack their patience, obviously, because this is not just LPI is busy. The industry is busy at this time of year. And so obviously during this time, our facilities are strained and we're at capacity, but we have a great team that's working here. We have, all of the partners working together. We've staffed up to ensure that we can get people through as safe and as efficiently as possible.
And Hannah, encouraging passengers to plan ahead, arrive early for flights, and follow all airport recommendations and traffic instructions. And if you are picking up a passenger, there are some tips for you too. Not encouraging drivers to use LPIA's free cell phone waiting lot, or you can use paid parking facilities if you need to leave your vehicle. Once the busy travel season passes, NAD's VP of Operations says there'll be an assessment to see just how they can improve.
We always do a deep dive after the fact to see, what worked well, what didn't work well. And so what you're seeing today is years of working together with the various stakeholders to put in plans that we know have worked in the past and continue to work. But certainly after this period has finished, we will take an opportunity to review, what has happened, what we can improve on.
We're going to head to the Providence Holiday Hoops Invitational next on our Sports Weekend.
Family, how you look so down? Set up all cold and flu, could flip that frown. All the coughing and that running nose cannot last. You must come back to work and class. Set up all can deal with that fast, yeah. Try set up all cold and flu, daytime and nighttime too. Try Setamol, cold and flu, and get back to the better you. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Distributed by Lowe's Wholesale Drug Agencies Limited.
Good evening, welcome to our Sports Weekend. I'm Tage Adderley. High school and middle school boys basketball teams from across the country all participated in the Providence Holiday Invitational this week. We had a chance to check it out.
A lot of the teams are registering and getting in, so we looking for a good 4 days of high school and junior high basketball.
That's Coach Kevin KJ Johnson, head coach of the Providence Storm Basketball Club and of C.I. Gibson High. He is the lead organizer of the Invitational, which sees public and private schools from New Providence and some family islands. He thinks this level of exposure and competition is great for the sport in the country.
The kids on the family island are competing. Like I say, Agape was in the Final Four seniors last year. They won the junior championship last year. St. George's always in the mix. They were in the championship last year. We had Ablaze Elite was in the Elite 8 last year. St. John's is always competitive. Aaron Bailey is all competitive.
Coach Johnson also had college coaches in the gym. He was adamant about giving these young men the platform for scholarships to further their education.
At the end of the day, we want to give our kids an opportunity to be seen and give them hope in terms of scholarship to further their education through basketball.
And the tournament continues tomorrow morning at the C.I. Gibson Gymnasium, and it goes on until December 30th. So if you want to see some elite high school hoops, be sure to check it out. We're going to keep things on the court to see what Bahamians in the NBA are up to this weekend, and we're going to start with last night's stats. Klay Thompson and the Dallas Mavericks fell 113-107 to the Sacramento Kings. The 15th-year shooting guard had 14 points and 5 rebounds in 25 minutes off the bench, going 5 of 13 from the field, but he was still lights out from 3, going 4 of 8 from beyond the arc. But it wasn't enough as his Mavs took their 4th straight loss. Cooper Fly continued his standout rookie year. The 1 overall pick in the 2025 draft had 23.6 rebounds and 5 assists. Today is a busy day for Bahamians in the NBA as well. Buddy Hield and the Golden State Warriors played the Toronto Raptors. VJ Edgecombe and the Philadelphia 76ers played the Oklahoma City Thunder early this afternoon. And the Andre Ayton and the Lakers will go against the Kings at 9:30 tonight as well. And both Heal and Thompson will play tomorrow night, and you definitely want to keep your eyes on Rima Collins and Danica Lightburn, a standout Bahamian duo playing for FIU. They'll go on Tuesday night. There's so much hoops, and we have all the highlights right here, so be sure to check in on our nightly newscast and on our social media page for all the updates. Well, that's a wrap for sports for this weekend. For our sports weekend, I'm Tej Adderley. I'll see you on Saturday night.
And on the other side of this break, Service to Country recently took center stage as Bahamians who've made a lasting impact honored for their dedication and commitment. And still ahead, you're extended by the forecast, what the days ahead are shaping up to look like, and when you can expect any changes in conditions. Our News Weekend is back in about 2 minutes. Stick with us.
Family, how you look so down? Set up all cold and flu, could flip that frown. All the coughing and that runny nose cannot last. You must come back to work and class. Set up all can deal with that fast, yeah. Try set up all cold and flu, daytime and nighttime too. Try Setamol, cold and flu, and get back to the better you. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Distributed by Lowe's Wholesale Drug Agencies Limited.
They're blue for me and you, and I say to myself, what a wonderful
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks so much for sticking with us. Here's a look now at your Sunday evening forecast and the last week forecast for 2025. Currently outside our studios, we're under mostly clear skies, but the temperature is 75. Feels like much cooler at 71. Winds from the north at 7 miles per hour. Across the country at this time, we have 72s in Freeport and Allenstown, 75s in Nicholstown, the capital, and Great Harbor Key, 73 in Marsh Harbor, 77 in Governor's Harbour, Eleuthera. Central Bahamas, 76s in Kemps Bay, as well as Georgetown, Exuma, 75s in Arthurstown, Black Point, and Deadman's Key, Long Island, 74 in Port Nelson, and 73 in Coburn Town, San Salvador. Southeast Bahamas, 76s continuing all across the entire Southeast Bahamas. Now we're looking at our satellite and radar imagery at this time. We do have some cloudiness. The top cloudiness, or cloudiness rather, across the northwest Bahamas, that is associated with a sagging backdoor cold front, meaning a cold front coming down from the northeast as opposed to one coming from the northwest. We also have across the central Bahamas another area of cloudiness, and that is associated with a weak frontal system. None of these systems, however, producing any significant rainfall. Across the areas, all areas actually for boating, we're looking at pretty stable conditions, save for some swells well to the eastern shorelines, winds variable at 5 to 10 knots, seas running 1 to 3 feet, but up to 6 feet offshore in those north to northeasterly swells. Low tide at 8:02 p.m. tonight, high tide at 2:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In your extended forecast, we have gorgeous conditions expected tomorrow. However, there is an approaching frontal system that should bump rain chances up on Tuesday across the capital, mainly in the early afternoon hours. Things should clear out by nighttime. Continuing for the rest of this all year week, we expect that front, once it pushes through on Wednesday, gorgeous conditions. Thursday looking absolutely stunning for New Year's. The rest of the week remaining the same, those high temperatures struggling mid-70s, low temperatures mid to low 60s. That's a wrap in the evening forecast. Make it a great, safe, productive week, everyone.
All right, thanks so much for that, Ian. Love to see those mid to high 60s next week. And finally tonight, Service to Country recently took center stage at Government House as the King's 2025 birthday honors were presented recently, recognizing Bahamians who have made a lasting impact. Among the honorees, Talmadge Raymond Leo Pinder Sr. received Officer of the British Empire for his contribution to business. Members of the British Empire were also awarded, including Cynthia Allison Donaldson for public service and activism, Eva Hilton for education, and Dr. Ida Mae Hanna for her work in health and wellness. The King's Police Medal presented to Commissioner Shanta Emily Knowles, recognizing her service and leadership in law enforcement. The ceremony, just a reminder that dedication, service, and commitment to country continue to be honored at the highest level. And congratulations to all of this year's honorees. With that, we thank you for joining us for Our News Weekend. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Kendino Knowles. Have a safe and wonderful evening. Our News Year in Review 2025 starts right now. Kendino Knowles here. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to see more stories like this, click right over here. Don't forget to turn on your notifications to see more great content from the team you already trust.